And here's a chance coming in for Proctor is Minaheim, and he shoots it wide.
Boy, fortunate for the Thunderhawks there. That went well wide.
Now fighting back the other way is Duell. Duell.
Very close to a hooking call there.
As Proctor takes over, rink wide pass goes to Minaheim. Minaheim loses it. Comes now to Bauer Murphy. Murphy gets it across the line. Now here's Salisbury. Salisbury, his first varsity point. To Broberg, now up to Svatos, but that goes through everyone. And referee says, okay, I'll take an icing on that. I thought two people could have touched it and just pulled their sticks back.
That's certainly what it looked like. Shots are at 15-5 in favor of the Thunderhawks, but Proctor's hanging right in there. They've kind of had the Thunderhawks bottled up a little bit, especially on that breakout.
Had the nice chance as a shot is turned aside by Kerr. Rebounds to the point to Oakstead. Oakstead puts it in as Langlois and Oakstead get tangled up a little bit at the blue line.
A little bit of a scrap there.
Now Scheinman gets it out to center ice. Scheinman puts it ahead to Langlois, but that doesn't connect. Now Salisbury shoots it in. Cooper Johnson to get it for Proctor, moves it up. Langlois keeps it in momentarily. Now it's shot out to center. Salisbury comes right back in, puts it deep. Now Cooper Johnson. Stopped by Drennan. Puck comes to the side of the net, and McLean will hold it for a face-off. Shots on goal are 15-6 Grand Rapids, 1-0 Grand Rapids on a Will Shermone power play goal.
A few more sponsors to thank here as well. Yeti Earthworks, Fred's Live Bait, Winnie Trading Post, Sammy's Pizza of Grand Rapids, Woodland Bank, Essentia Health, and Grand Rapids Dental Center, as well as the Timberlake Lodge.
So Will Shermone back on the point now, so that must have just been a power play iteration with him playing forward, and he got the goal there. Now he's back on the point. Shermone's shot doesn't get through the traffic. Drops down in the corner. Forrest can't find it. Now Drennan fights for it behind the net. Comes to the half wall. Now Gavin Forrest tries to flip it out front. He'll get a backhand on net. Rebound. Another save by McLean. Now from the top of the circle, shot deflects wide.
That's a little more like it here for the Thunderhawks.
Marcus says our YouTube stream is back, so if you switched over to radio, you can go back to YouTube and give it a try.
Well, some better pressure there for Grand Rapids. Down to 1:41 to go here to 1-0 first period Grand Rapids lead.
That was a nice shift by the Gavin Forrest line. Now Garski, and Carlson, which I always think sounds like a pretty good law firm. At the half wall, Proctor with Ethan Carter behind the net. But the centering pass is tipped all the way out and down the ice. Turning behind his own net is Luka Roloff. Roloff taps it ahead to Carlson. Carlson off the wall finds Nathan Garski with some room. Drop pass. Shot by Roloff. Doesn't get through.
That's going to sting for a little bit there.
Yes, it was.
Minaheim took one.
He's still skating on one leg, trying to get feeling back in the toes there.
Direct blow there. Now he comes off a little gingerly. I think they got that more up high. Definitely the full force of a roll-off shot.
Now here come the rails into the zone. Shot hits the stick in, goes well wide. At the blue line, spinning in, keeping it in was Austin Bryant. Thunderhawks lead 1-0. Final minute of the third period ticking away.
And late icing, that could have gone either way.
Yes, it could have, but we'll have a defensive zone face-off, or the Thunderhawks face-off comes all the way back in the Thunderhawk zone. Proctor wins that one. Back to the point, long shot, sticked away by Kerr. In the corner, Salisbury tries to pick it up. Now Bauer Murphy backhands it up the boards as Duell gets it out to center ice. Coming in, shot, and a save. That was Bauer Murphy.
Couple of nifty moves there by Bauer.
Jumped into the rush, and buzzer sounds. Thunderhawks a 19-6 advantage in shots and a 1-0 lead as we hit the first intermission. You're listening to it on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com. Three minutes. On the Ethernet?
Apparently I just dropped, had to restart, and now it's running fine again.
Are you still on the Ethernet?
Right now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you could log on to this one. Okay. Because I'm on that one.
You're on that one? Okay. Yeah, if it drops out again, I'll switch into that one and see what
So, welcome to our YouTube viewers who are back. Marcus had to restart everything and get YouTube back. Rapid Trust was our sponsor for the first period. Deerwood Bank now for the second. So Marcus says he restarted everything, and right now, YouTube's stable. It dropped.
Everything's good to go now?
Everything's going well. So 20 seconds till we're on the radio. Always on YouTube. Well, except when we're not. Welcome back, all our YouTube viewers. Thunderhawks lead 1-0 after a period of play, out shooting Proctor 19-6. And I would say that's maybe about what I would have expected for a first period.
Well, a fast-paced first period, and Grand Rapids ultimately came back. Give Proctor credit in the middle part of that first period. They took control. They had some opportunities, not a lot on net, but they kept the pressure on Grand Rapids. Thunderhawks do come back towards the tail end of that. From about maybe the 5-6 mark on, it was all Grand Rapids after that, and a good job by the goaltender. Get his first name McLean is his last name, Braden McLean. He's done a fine job. We'll get to that here as we run down some stats. Just one goal in the period. That by Will Shermone on the power play. Picks up an assist from Seth Carlson, as well as Alex Salisbury. 3 penalties in the period. That goal for Shermone was indeed a power play goal. Proctor took 2 penalties in that period. Wyatt Meinheim and Carlson Pavlovich, 1 for slashing, 1 for high sticking. And that was the only penalties of the period. And Grand Rapids 19 shots on goal. Proctor with 6, so Ryan Kerr with 6 saves, and McLean with 18.
So we will take another break, and when we come back, we'll dig into the stats a little deeper in our Lakes Gas between periods summary. 1-0 Grand Rapids. You're listening to it on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com. Another three, please. Back at Yanmar Arena, 1-0 Grand Rapids after a period of play. Time for a between period summary brought to you by Lakes Gas. They want you to stay warm this winter, and for all your propane needs, Lakes Gas has you covered, proudly backing Thunderhawk Athletics. We had one goal in the period. Shermone from Scheiman on the power play. So Grand Rapids 1 for 2 on the power play. 2 penalties in the period to Minaheim and to, we still believe, Pavlovich.
That was the number I saw going to the box. It was listed differently, but he did have his jersey tucked in, so it was called as number 22. We saw number 27 go in there. So, but at any rate, that was the penalty that Grand Rapids scored on to get their 1-0 lead on the power play.
Shot attempts 27-7 for Grand Rapids. Blocks 1 for Rapids, 4 for Proctor. Hits 4-3 for Rapids. And Grand Rapids winning 57% of the faceoffs, winning 12 and losing 9. Out shooting Proctor 19-6 and leading 1-0. All in all, you think Grant's happy with that period?
I think he was happy with the hard work. Maybe not in the middle of that period. They kind of slowed it down just a bit, but it certainly seemed like they picked it up towards the tail end. I think he was happy with that.
Lakes Gas brings you the between periods summary. They are your local choice for propane and would like to remind you to check your tanks often. If you need a fill, reach out to Lakes Gas, proud to be sponsoring Thunderhawk Athletics. We'll take one more break. come back with second period action. It's 1-0 Grand Rapids after one. You're listening to it on J105 The Thunder and J105radio.com. And I have time for another three. Everything staying solid so far this time? Staying good right now on YouTube? Talking to my YouTube people now. Marcus says we're good right now. We'll try not to miss any more goals for you. So Marv often rewinds our YouTube feed to figure out the second assist.
Oh, sure.
And of course, our stream was down when we scored, so he's not sure where he's going to pick up that second assist from.
I actually got it. I actually did hear it on the loudspeaker for once, and the assist went to Seth Carlson and Alex Salisbury.
Okay, he has Xander Scheinman as one assist. I think we're watching the same game.
I hope so. 'Cause like I said, we got to be right. And it looked to me, 22, Seth Carlson.
I would say he was, okay.
I'm the unofficial.
Okay. We'll go with it. Probably after one period, Moorhead leading Roseau 1-0 in Moorhead.
Goaltenders battled in that one. I've been getting updates on that one as well.
Cheerleaders out on the ice. Proctor and Grand Rapids both hitting the ice, and we are just about set for second period action. Thunderhawks leading 1-0 after a period. Here at Yanmar Arena, Ryan Kerr in net. 6 saves on 6 shots. A couple good scoring chances, but I don't think any of the great scoring chances resulted in a shot on net.
No, they've had some opportunities. That goal, Shermone being in the right place at the right time to bury that rebound for that 1-0 lead. But I think the Thunderhawks are going to want a little more out of their offense. It's something that you and I have talked about off air, different conversations, that the firepower isn't quite there yet for the Thunderhawks team. They're a little bit young on that scoring side, not near what they were a couple years ago. But defensively and with the goaltending, you can make up for deficiencies like that. And that's what the Thunderhawks do. And certainly their schedule doesn't really help. As you look down, 9 of the first 11 on the road, and it's a murderer's row of a schedule for Grand Rapids. Of course, the next opponent for this Grand Rapids Thunderhawks team is going to be the Roseau Rams on Friday night, a team I'm pretty familiar with.
And Roseau trailing Moorhead right now.
And those are some of the oddest games, especially from last season when I covered Roseau. The first time they played Moorhead was up at Memorial in Roseau, and shots were 3-2 after 2 periods of play. And the game ended up, I believe it was 2-1. Then they went to Moorhead. It was much of the same in a 1-goal hockey game. And then they met again in the